happy Monday. I hope you all are having a fantastic day today. Or at least it's been better than mine. Because Lord knows, I have the worst luck. I can't catch a break. I literally cannot. I am convinced. So y'all want to hear what's going on now? I feel like you're sick of it. I feel like you're sick of me. I feel like you're sick of all the bullshit that I constantly got going on. But unfortunately, it is something else. So I wake up today bright and early because I did let you guys know last week that he was going to be having some of his family in town, which is all exciting. So we had to wake up early because they were getting in from the airport. It's not like we had to pick them up or anything, but they were just like stopping by to drop off some hot dogs for us. I'm gonna be real. If you're coming from New York and you're coming to visit me, you're bringing me hot dogs. Like, I'm sorry. So dropped off the hot dogs, and at the same time, we got a call from the apartment complex, not the one we're currently living at, the one we're supposed to be moving to. If you could imagine what's the worst thing they could say to you, yeah, that's pretty much what happened. So if you guys know, we were supposed to be picking up our keys for the apartment this Saturday. This Saturday, bro. 5 days away. They ring me up and they're like, sorry to let you know, you can't move in on Saturday. Bitch, what do you mean? I signed a legally binding contract that says I'm moving in Saturday. What do you mean? Well, they let us know that apparently the renovations, because if you guys forgot, I'll fill you in a little bit. We were originally supposed to move into this apartment August 1st, okay? They called us like 2 weeks before August 1st to let us know that the last people who had moved out had fucked up the flooring, so they had to completely redo the flooring, and they were going to be getting us brand new appliances as well, and that the move-in date was going to be pushed back to the 15th. So she calls and she's like, well, actually, yeah, well, couldn't tell me why. I go like, well, what's wrong with the apartment? I can't tell you. What do you mean you can't tell me, bitch? I paid the lease. In 5 days, this shit is mine. What do you mean you can't tell me? So they basically say that they were going to cancel our lease for the apartment that we were supposed to be moving into in 5 days. Okay? And little old me, I'm like, bitch, I'm not fucking just, like, I'm not gonna accept that. Are you silly? Like, are you dumb? Like, you think I'm just gonna be like, yeah, that's okay. That's fine. Fuck no. Who would? So, I kind of just, like, I went back and forth with the lady a bit, and I was just like, look, like, I'm gonna be real here. You had plenty of time to let us know, hey, the apartment wasn't gonna be ready by this date. When are you going to have the apartment ready by at this point? Because we have a little bit of wiggle room from when this lease ends to when we were going to be moving into that place. So she originally tells me they need another month extension. So it wouldn't be ready originally, what she told me was till September 10th. Bitch! What the fuck are y'all doing? Twiddling your thumbs? It takes this long to replace some flooring and appliances? I don't know what the fuck is going on in there. Lord knows. But so the only reasoning I could get on why the apartment isn't ready is that maintenance was understaffed for the past however long they've had to be working on all this. So guess that's fun to start off. So we're starting off great with the new place. Everything's going fantastic. And then I'm like, I don't really know what the fuck to do here because, well, our lease ends in less than a month at this point. We've already told them we're moving out. She's like, can you get any wiggle room with the people on your lease? I'm like, bitch, this place is infested with termites. You want to live here? We could swap. Like that, at this point, that, like, my whole energy was kind of just like, no. I want my apartment that I paid for. By the way, I have paid. They asked for the money before they switched to the August 1st date. So back when we were originally moving in August 1st, they had us pay before that. So like, they got a lot of my money just sitting in an account or whatever. So I was like, okay, bet. Well, like, if you're going to cancel this apartment, all this shit, it's not going to work. How are you going to run me my money? They're like, oh, well, we have to do like this paperwork, etc. It'll be all done tomorrow, and they can have your refund sent out to you via check, which won't come in for 2 to 4 weeks. So you can ask me for my money immediately, but then you tell me I can't move into the thing I paid my money for, and you're like, your money can't come back to you immediately. In fact, we gotta send it in a check that comes in 2 to 4 weeks. Who? No. Fuck. Like, the way people really try to fuck around with me is so wild. So wild. So I was like, no, I'm not doing that. So one thing I did know was that they do have another property in like the same area, not exactly, but like close enough that I'd be like, whatever, I'll move into that one. So I called them up and I was like, yo, do you have any 2 bedrooms available? Because here's the situation and these people are yanking my chain over here, etc., etc. So they do, but these 2 bedrooms, first off, cost a lot more, but they have a rent special, which would make it like cost less or whatever the fuck. But they tell us that even though it's the exact same fucking company, that we have to do the application fee and all that bullshit we already paid for over again, that you don't get refunded, by the way. And even if we were to get refunded, wouldn't be for 2 to 4 weeks on a fucking check. I hate people so much. I hate everybody in the world. I hate everybody today. To be so real. So real. So I was just like, all right, that's not gonna work. Very much not gonna work. Because they didn't even have an apartment available until August 29th. So I get back on the phone with the original people that we signed the lease for, and I'm like, what do we do? You kind of just screwed us. My lease is ending. I don't know what to do here. There's no apartments anywhere. It is school season in a college town, bitch. Where do you think I'm finna move? So she was like, all right, I gotta call the manager and I'm gonna call you back. I was like, bet. So she calls the manager and she calls me back and she's like, can you make September 4th work? And I said back to her, you swear? Like, you swear? You promise? You swear up and down, pinky swear, cross your heart on your grandma that this apartment's gonna be ready September 4th? Because so far we were told August 1st, then August 15th. Now you're giving me September 4th, and our lease is up September 7th. Okay? September 7th. We ain't got nowhere to live come September 7th, okay? So she swears me it's gonna be ready. She said she spoke to the district manager, she spoke to the maintenance team, she spoke to everybody who's working on this apartment, and all the hoops and ladders, and swears on God it's gonna be ready September 4th. So that's where I'm at! Welcome to my life. Alexis said, I wouldn't trust them. It sounds like terrible management. What am I to do? Otherwise, I gotta wait 2 to 4 weeks for them to refund me a check. I don't got 2 to 4 weeks to fucking find a new place, so I'm kind of cooked. We're just kind of stuck. Welcome to my life. Sammy said a very similar thing happened to us. They put us in a roach-infested Airbnb for 2 weeks. Nah, that would actually be my final straw. Odd Iliad said, make sure to get them to email you that promise so you have a paper trail. Oh, I'm way ahead. I'm so ahead. I literally was like, At this point, it's like you can't trust the random words that they're giving you. I signed a you can't even trust the legally binding contracts there, apparently, because I already signed a lease saying we were moving in August 15th, but apparently these motherfuckers have a fine print, because I looked up, like, what are my laws, like, as a tenant, because I was like, I can't just be able to get fucked over like this. There's gotta be something I can do. So I looked it up in the lease, and they put a fucking clause in there that's, what is it? It's like delay of occupancy. So basically, if they go into the apartment after you've signed your lease for it, right? And they look at it and they're like, yeah, we still have shit to do with this apartment. You can't move in yet. They can do that. And they are not responsible, but they do have to put it in writing of why you can't move in, and they do have to, like, we have to sign, like, a mutually terminated lease agreement situation bullshit. So they didn't send me none of that. They weren't gonna send me none of that. I had to look all that up myself to even find it in the lease. So we'll see what happens. I think now, when she was on the phone with me, she did seem apologetic about the situation. Although very elusive about whatever was going on, she seemed very apologetic about it. They do seem like they are trying to fix it to the best of their ability. The problem is that the building that we're moving, or the complex we're moving to, is currently at 97% occupancy, which isn't really a bad sign. It is kind of a good sign that a lot of people do live there. A lot of people who have lived there for a long time. But it just seems like we're just kind of getting, like, the short end of this fuckery stick. She also said this is the first time this has ever happened. Why is it me? The first time something happens and it's me? What the fuck did I do? Who did I fuck over? I'm so confused. But, Kankan Rue said if it was not offered, that is a breach of lease and you can hold them legally liable. Oh, I know. So they did say... So the problem is, this whole issue, too, also is happening because the manager of the apartment complex isn't even there on Monday. She never is there on Monday, so that's something I do know. So Tuesday, tomorrow, I'm supposed to talk to the manager and, like, make sure everything's, like, all situated or whatever. But so the lady who was there is the only person even working there. So she had to kind of, like, call people who weren't even working, you know, to, like, get answers of things, which sucks for them too. And I'm never trying to make somebody work on their day off, but also we're on a time crunch. So, like, you might gotta. But that's where we're at. So, in case you were wondering how my day's been, that's what's going on. So, as far as moving stuff goes, I don't know 100% for a fact if everything's gonna be going that way, but tomorrow I'm going to call, have a 100% like confirmation with the manager of what's going to happen. We're gonna be moving in September 4th, and then I'll keep you guys posted. But until then, I'll be sitting in a sea of boxes. Do I know where they're going? Maybe. Maybe not. That's just my life. Well, thanks for listening to me rant and vent. Appreciate you all. Now, let me go ahead and smack up our daily members goal, because I didn't even do that for today, and get explaining to you guys what we're going to be doing. We've done a lot of reactions here. We've done some gaming. But you know what we haven't mixed? Reactions and gaming. Bam! What if I did a little fun game with you guys today? How does that sound? I hope you all are feeling up to it. Because what I'm thinking we do here is a little bit of Choosey. But I kind of want to do it in a way that's... How can I explain it? Like not just like normal, okay, like I'm Amber doing Choosey. That's kind of mid. I was thinking we do it like, okay, every $5, you guys can pick any prompt for Choosey. But I have a list here. And let me give you an example. Because I want you guys to be doing this along with me. This is not just a solo one, okay? So starting off, first Choosey on the list. If you had to choose between Twinkie or BG, Twinkie the dog or BG the cat, which one are you choosing? I feel like my chat's frozen because I'm like, we're still on Howdy Matthew. I want to know what you guys would pick though. BG, yes. Barely said BG. Shraza said BG. Novice picked Twinkie. Alexis picked Twonk. Alexis with the 199 said Twonk. Sammy Sento said, I'm partial to Twinkie. I love a Chihuahua. That's honestly fair. Chihuahuas are pretty adorable. I could give you that. Now, I gotta be real. If I had to choosy it up between the two, I'm picking BG. BG is one of the cutest cats I've ever seen. Squid said, I love that BG retaliates. I agree. I feel like Twinkie's more of the, just kind of sits there and enjoys whatever's happening in life. Now, these, I want to make them more diabolical as they go. So that one was a lighthearted one. Just a lighthearted one to start you off. Now, another one that we got here is, if you had to pick an accessory, are you picking earrings out of Amber Lynn's earring hoard or Rosie's glasses chain? Quirky love Rosie's glasses chain. Who you picking? I have no thoughts on that, Mark Fusion. I don't even know who that is. Shraza said glasses chain. Alexa said glasses chain. Wait, everyone's picking the glasses chain. This is kind of crazy. Oh, we got one. We got Chris H8 with earrings for me, girlies. Can I be real? I think you all are limiting yourselves with the glasses chain. Chris has got the right idea. If I had to choosy between the two, I am choosing the earrings because at least there's variety. Those glasses chain probably got some funk to it, but so do the earrings. But the earrings, like, you know, at least variety. V Midnight said not sure. Yeah, that one's a harder one, I feel like, but they only get even harder. If that one's hard for you, ooh. Werewolf Richcraft said, TBH, I have glasses chains. Nah, but specifically the QLR glasses chains. Glasses chains are fine. Some of them can be cute. Hers are egregiously big, though. Like, I cannot imagine having those on my glasses and, like, moving around daily life. Loki said ALR. He's like, we are ALR, so of course. Okay. So I feel like the general consensus for that one, glasses chains. Now let's get a little bit deeper. I need you guys to do, this one's gonna be a triple whammy choosy. If you had to choosy between Tommy, Salah, and Remy, who are you picking? Spooples said, can I choose Tyler Catastrophe's earrings? Wait a minute, Spooples. The fact that you're willingly choosing his earrings, diabolical. Why is everyone picking Remy? Why is everyone picking Remy? They said the lineup is insane. That's the point. It's not supposed to be easy. They're supposed to get harder as they go. If I made them all easy as picking between Twinkie and BG, then we wouldn't have fun while we play Choosey. Melian said Salah because he can be across the world. You'll never have to see him. We got Annie Rita Gonzalez with the 5 hot dog and gifted members. Thank you. That takes us to 5 out of 10 for today's goal. And if you guys want to pick any of your own prompts that you have to make me and the whole chat choose, you just put it on a $5 bill and I got you. Now this one I think is diabolic. Oh wait, I didn't pick my answer. I guess I didn't pick. I feel like if you have to choose between the 3 of them, most people are gonna pick like the lesser of 3 evils, which I feel like they'd pick Remy. I have a diabolical answer for you all. I think it's gonna surprise you. I'm picking Tommy. I'm choosing Tommy. Now here's why. I could get that bitch locked up. I could get the evidence. We need. Guys. It's an inside job. Somebody's got to do it, though. And men scare me. Women I can handle. Men scare me. It's the long game. Harmonious Pretzel gets me. You get me. And we got Werewolf Witchcraft with another 10 Hot Dog Gang gifted members. I don't know why my fucking TTS isn't going off today, but it's upsetting me. But we did hit that goal. Let me just take that one off real quick. Boom, boom, skadoom. We got Alexis Ghost Raven with the 199 who said, didn't ALR said Tommy finds you cute? No, okay, so this was a whole thing that happened. So, slight information. So apparently, on the Rewind, when I did the Rewind documentary thing about Tommy, apparently there was a fake Tommy account that was commenting, trying to, like, act like they were Tommy, and they were acting like they were mad at the things that I said in the doc, and then at one point, that same fake account was on, like, Hero or something, and commented saying that they find me cute, and everybody thought it was the real account at first, because there was, like, this tiny little, like, thing on the S or whatever that showed that it was fake. It was so stupid, but yeah, it just turned into a whole meme, and we kind of just ran with it for a while, but yeah. But I could play the long game. Y'all know me. I don't like to eat food. Tommy can't get me. You can't feed me to death if I'm not hungry. Oh my god, Sammy, don't make me blush. So next up on the list, would you rather have to eat Rosie's cooking for 1 month straight, or have to eat 1 week of ALR's cooking? What are you picking? Shiraza said she's gonna blindfold you. No, that's scary. A month of Rosie's cooking? Ooh, I don't know, man. Because you gotta do a whole month of Rosie's cooking, but only a week of Amber's. So that, you gotta weigh your options, right? It's like a time thing. Like, what really is fucking with you harder? Investigator River said the Zays no need to not eat. No, exactly. See, you guys will all just, what do you call it? Inhale? Not inhale. I meant to say, inherit my, no want to eat trait. The Midnight said, Chef ALR for a week, at least it will be bland. Dude, I don't know about bland. I think by the time you're done eating some ALR cuisine for an entire week, your nostrils are only gonna smell cottage cheese and mustard. I think that your taste for eggs will forever be tainted. I think I gotta go with Rosie's cooking for a month. Because while I don't think she's a great chef either, at least I don't gag at the sight of every one of her meals like I do with Amber's. Hers are just a next level type of bad. We got Blood Raiden with the Canadian too, who said, no, you pick Salah, he won't visit, and he's not a man. I mean, that's a good point. But you never know. Look, with Tommy, it's a long game. If you can get Tommy locked up, shit, we all win. Peepaboo said I'm sitting this one out. Andy Rita Gonzalez said, I mean, is starving an option? Like, no. Not when you have to choosy between the two. Next up on the list, if you had to choose an ailment to have, a physical ailment to have for yourself, would you rather choose to have Foodie's Fupa Boil or ALR's excoriation? Choosey between your ailment. Chris H said, do we get a buzzball with Amber's? Fuck it, if she's having a buzzball that week, why can't you have one? I'm sorry, not the ASMR. Why are you guys calling it ASMR? Why are you calling it ASMR? I'm crying. You cannot choose none. Please, sir, may I have no more? I'm so full, I wouldn't like any more, sir. I'm done. Please, just let me perish. I'd rather pass away. Oh, okay. Okay, she diagnosed herself with ASMR in season 3. Okay, good to know. I'm glad to know. Oh, it seems like the general consensus is actually split on this one. I'm seeing a very 50-50 on whether you rather have Foodie's Fupa Boil or Amber's excoriation. Navis said you pop that shit and it's over. You have excoriation, you run the risk of amputation. See? You gotta outweigh the evils here. You gotta pick one. Chris H said, I'm English, and Zay, that wasn't bad, dude. My English accent's actually terrible. There was one night where I was, like, drunk, and I got stuck in an English accent for 30 minutes, and I swear, everybody was, like, done with me. Evie J said, if I'd have excoriation, I'd just go to therapy. Well, I guess that's the thing, though, but didn't Foodie's Fupa Boil pop? So which one would take longer? Would you rather do the long route of going through the weeks of therapy sessions to try to heal your excoriation problem? Or would you rather just wait for the Fupa Boil to pop? Only time will tell. I think if I had to pick between the two, I would personally pick the excoriation. I feel like... No. Actually, no. That physically grosses me out. Actually, both physically gross me out. Fupa Boil. I'm picking Fupa Boil. As fucked as that sounds, I'm picking the Fupa Boil. I feel like I could heal the Fupa Boil really fast. There's actually no good answer, though. Now that I'm thinking about it, I really fucked you guys with that one, huh? Okay, so the next one on my list, I want you guys to choose if you had to pick which one you rather ride around in at Disney World on a hot summer July day for the entire trip to Disney. Whose mobility scooter are you picking? Foodie Beauty's or Ziamara's? Which one are you taking with you to Disney? Also, TTS is working now. Thank you, John. You made it work. John Notway with the 2 said, that choice is like eating a light bulb or hair. Hair. I think. If I had to pick which one I'm riding around in for the hot summer day, as fucked as it is, I'm picking Foodie's. I know she's shitting that thing and she didn't clean it up, but if you don't think Zio's done worse to hers, the Quiet on the Creek, I think there's certain stains that just might be one with the chair at that point. But yeah, Foodie's at least has a basket. You're cooking. Gwen Silversmith said Zio's probably. If you guys are picking Zio, I'm crying. No. Chris H said Zio so I can say that I was an extra in WALL-E. Because when they made the movie WALL-E, they really did see the future. Because that's crazy. Crazily accurate. Jeannie. Oh wait, that's a fucking tongue twister. Jeannie, said Zio's for sure gets cleaned. You think so? Who's cleaning it? Not her. I guess like maybe the people in the like nursing home or whatever. I don't know what kind of scrub down you gotta do to that thing to make it usable again, but shit. Sheesh. I don't know. I feel like Foodies is just, I could take a pressure washer to it and call it a day. We hitting Disney. Let's get drifting. Put me on the bumper carts. Let's go. Yeah, nursing home peeps. I guess that makes sense. All right. So next up, if you had to attend one of these events for 6 hours nonstop, other than bathroom use, are you going to Quirky Love Rosie's pool party? Or are you taking Foodie Beauty to the mall? Oh my god. Sorry, I just had the worst hiccups there. Or are you taking Foodie Beauty to the mall? Are you pool partying it up with Rosie? Or are you gonna go to Hot Topic with Foodie? Are you taking her to FYE to look at the records? What are you feeling? Navis said we going to the mall. Yo, I am also going to the mall with Foodie. Out of the two, I'm 100% picking 6 hours at the mall with Foodie because at least I don't gotta be alone with her necessarily. Like, I'm alone with her, but at least it's in public. You know, we could find stuff to do at the mall. If I'm stuck in the pool with Rosie for 6 hours, I'm drowning myself. I'm drowning myself. Blood Raina said the mall, it's a big place and I can lose Foodie, but you can't. You have to stay with her for 6 hours. That's the thing. You have to stay with that. They're like handcuffed to you for 6 hours. You just gotta be in either one of those places with them. EVJ said, all you gotta do is find an escalator and you'll lose her for 30 minutes. Nah, she's handcuffed to you. What do you do now? She's handcuffed to you. You can't escape her. Only I have the key. Chris H said Zay is a sucker for the rules. Cause I make them, baby. Investigator River said, oh, then I am drowning Rosie. I said drown myself. River said, nah, I'm taking her out. I'm crying. Cut the arm off. Y'all are losing it. Y'all are like, take no chances. G Jeans Genie said, girl, give Rosie some tunes and sodas. Per her phone on live stream and she's set. You get yourself a tan and service from Remy. I'm crying. That's so funny. It's like Sharpay Evans. A trip to the pool. Or it's like a trip to the spa. I don't remember how it goes. I know the rest. It's like iced tea imported from England and towels imported from Spain. Yeah, that song. You know what I'm talking about. Malian said, if I go to the mall, can I just chill with an iced coffee? What if Foodie wants one? What if Foodie asks you for a hot chocolate? And then all of a sudden, she gets up. She does a little jog on her scooter. She takes a seat and a sip. And then all of a sudden, you got sharding Foodie for the next 4 hours stuck with you at the mall. What do you do? Malian said, I ain't no feeder. I'm crying. Nicole Dark said the rule of you get a break if it's only the bathroom just means that feels like a colon cleanse day. That actually is the funniest loophole to the rule that I've found. That's gotta by far be the best one. Just lock yourself in the bathroom for the full 6 hours and you're good, you know? Get a little Netflix set up, you're chilling. Okay, so next one. I feel like this one has gotta be somewhat easier. Which one would you rather wear? Amber's choker for a full year without taking it off, and it's gotta be the same one that Amber just took off her neck? Or would you rather wear Foodie's hijab for an entire month? Investigator River said whatever the other one is. I don't know, man. Different levels of foul. He said, never mind. I love when you guys like pick and then you hear the second option, you're like, actually, never mind. Neither. I'd rather die. Matthew Johnson said this is an entertaining game. A good choice there. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. I want one of you guys to come up with one for me so bad. Should I make it $2? I'll make it $2 if that makes it easier. I'd pick them from the chat, but I feel like if I start picking random ones from the chat and then I don't pick other people's, I'll feel fucked up. So at least I'll make it $2 and you can pick your own prompt because I want to hear what you guys got. If you put it on any TTS, I'll hit it. Nikki Exposed says has to be the choker. Now, if I had to pick between the two, I'm also picking the choker because the thing about the hijab is like that sits around her entire head. So it's encapsulating whatever stink is in there and like sitting in it. And I'm assuming she does not wash those on a regular basis. Now, Amber's choker, that bitch ain't never coming off for a whole year. And she don't take it off either. But at least you don't really gotta think about it. It's just gonna kind of sit there. And then a year from then you gotta worry about whatever happened to you. Chris H said, can I choke myself? Yeah, the hijab would make you break out. She does use it as a napkin. And both of these things, it's not like they get to like wash it or anything before they hand it to you. You're getting it straight off their body. So you know, you're feeling every bit of that oil and grime all up on you. Investigator River said you take it off and your head falls off. I'm crying. It's like that scary story. You know the book, the scary stories that they tell in the dark? It's that one, but it's the one where she got the ribbon on her neck and then they pull it off and it makes her head fall off. Also, we got glitches with the Little Smoky for 1 month who said, have to share an airplane row with ALR or Zio. Is there a time? If it's just like a regular flight, I'm picking Amber. I am picking Amber because Lord knows that Zio is so much bigger than Amber. And like, that's not even me being fucked up. That's like, just like you could look at them and just tell. And if I gotta have one of them spilling into my seat, I'm gonna pick the one that's gonna have less spilling into my seat. International. I feel like I still gotta pick Amber. There's just gonna be less in my seat, you know? Like, I'm very grateful. I'm one of those people on airplanes who doesn't need their full seat. If you're a big person sitting next to me, you can take a bit of mine. And it doesn't bother me, actually. Like, I'm actually cool with that. Like, we're good. You take a little bit of my seat. You got your space. We don't gotta touch each other. Cool. Fine. But the second it gets, like, to the point where we're touching, I'm like, ooh. Yeah, that's a good point, Eclipsa. Do you think she'd be quiet, though? Like, the thing with Zio is you have a chance that she might just, like, doom scroll the entire flight. Whereas I feel like Amber's gonna, like, yap it up. Although, I feel like Zio might, too. That one's hard. That one's really hard. Chris said, I think ALR would smell better. That might be fair. And not by much. But I think that might be fair. Next up on the list, if you had to pick which one to be part of your cosmetic routine for the rest of your life, would you rather wear a pair of Rosie's used fake nails after she's taken them off? Or would you rather have to mimic your eyebrows to match ALR's perfectly and exactly, like the red clown brows for the rest of your life? Sammy Senso said these are fucking wild. I will say, I had a bit of a team to help me do this morning. Shout out Danny and Syke who helped me come up with these because they're diabolical. Jeans Genie said, can I change my hair to match the eyebrows. I guess there's nothing against that as part of the clause, so that might be the easiest loophole, is to also have red hair to match the eyebrows. Nails and wear gloves forever is hilarious, White Zora. The nails is crusty as fuck because they were used by Rosie, right? And like they're like those cheap press-ons. So you know by the time she's done with them, the glue's all like there's probably like a piece of her hangnail stuck in them bitches. The eyebrows is just red eyebrows, right? So I feel like for me, I'd pick the red eyebrows. I feel like I could make it work. I'd look a little crazy, but I can make it work. I'd just say it's a style choice or something. I don't know. Ain't nobody have time for nail fungus. No, literally, that's so true. That's actually very true. Sammy said, yeah, I'm going brows. Those nails gotta be big fucking crusty. I guess it's, do you want to be Amber's twinonym for life? Or do you want to have nail fungus? That's like kind of the choice. Unknown crumbs. I feel like they're known crumbs. Unknown crumbs? Not true. Known crumbs.
Surprise, though. Motherfucker.
We got Spooples with the 2 who said, a day with Nova online or a day with Danielle Larson? Are you kidding? No, that's no. Could the day be locking myself in a closet away from them? I think they're both like the same amount of evil, aren't they? They both did the same things. They both have done like the yeah, I feel like Nova is like Nova I could literally beat up. Yeah, I'm picking I could beat up Nova online. Yep, I'm picking that one. I'm picking the one I could like kick their ass. Like that I don't have to worry. Loki said me and Daniel are gonna get into some wild shit and it'll be a fun time. LOL, that's diabolically crazy. Absolutely crazy. Raina with the Canadian 2 said, a foodie shit or
Surprise,
Amber's pants? Sorry, not. Oh, foodie shirt. Foodie. I thought I said foodie shit. And I was like, foodie shit. A foodie shirt or Amber's pants? Now that's a hard one. Because the thing about Amber's pants is you gotta think like every time she farts in that hoe, now it's like residual. Now it's like you're smelling that cottage cheese, mustard, egg mixture 10 years from now. So I think I'd have to pick Foodie's shirt because even though she uses it as a napkin as well, it's washable. It's washable. We got Investigator River with the Canadian 5 who said 24 access as the bestie to ALR or Foodie Beauty or Keem. That's ass. That is ass. But you know what? Out of the 3, I'm gonna pick Amber for the content. If I had to pick to be besties with one of them 24/7, Amber, because at least I could just milk that bitch for content. I'm just gonna start up a stream every time she speaks to me and be like, yeah, look at what she's gotta say. Silly. Blood Raina said Keem to expose his BS. I feel like it's already been exposed. He's like one of those ones that like people just know he's bad at this point. He's like done like every bad thing on the internet minus like the like ones that are like crime, like super illegal crimes, you know? We got Nikki exposed with a Czar 14 who said 5 minutes of ALR or QLR photo roll. That's actually okay. So my answer with this one might surprise you because I feel like most of you guys would pick QLR for this one. But I feel like out of the 2 of them, ALR takes way less photos. Like, I feel like hers is probably more like screenshots and random shit. Whereas if you go through Quirkies, it's gonna be like a fuck ton of selfies, like a fuck ton of pictures of her and her man. And either way I'm seeing shit I don't want to see, but I feel like out of the 2, I'm gonna see less shit I don't want to see in the ALR camera roll, if that makes sense, right? Fusion said ALR would be just her with duck lips and double horns. No, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I see that all the time it's basically like scrolling through Twitter. Except if there's any photos of Tommy. Ooh. Of her and Tommy especially. Oh my god. No, that's so evil. That's so evil. The trolley Pop-Tart with the $1.99 said girls trip, 7 days, shared room, Amber or Rosie. Dude, that's pretty fucking tough. I think that I'm gonna have to pick... I don't know. Because here's the thing, right? If you pick Rosie, you're gonna be a personal, like, hand slave. Like, you're gonna do everything for her. Whereas Amber is just icky. And you're probably also gonna have to do everything for her. I don't think there's a win. I'm also sleeping in the bathtub. But, yeah, QLR is pretty insufferable. Like, she's like the type of cringe. She reminds me of like, I don't even know how to explain it. There were like these kids in my high school that just used to like cringe me out. I feel like Quirky Love Rosie is the best name for her because I bet you she does describe herself. She's like, I'm quirky. I'm a quirky girl. Like, that's what she reminds me of. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the like millennials and they're like, she reminds me of like millennial emos, but the quirky ones. You know what I'm talking about? Millennial emos are mostly cool, but there's this like weird category of like these like, I'm quirky, like, and I can't. She annoys me. But I guess out of the two, I could deal with the millennial quirky emo. No, I couldn't. The second this bitch starts playing Sleep Token, I'm picking Amber. I feel like I have to pick Amber. Because the second QLR starts playing Sleep Token, I'm out. But Amber, I couldn't do it with her either. She'd spend all night on Discord and I wouldn't get to sleep. I pick hell. I pick death. Novice said, I always hate when Amber calls her Corky. Corky Love Rose. Corky Love Rose. Sorry. Morning on Mars said Amber won't let you sleep. Exactly. See, we're on B. We're all on B. We're not... I ain't get no sleep because of y'all. And y'all ain't get no sleep because of me. Kind of vibe. G Jeans Genie said, not to be a defender of QLR, but I feel like she's just not used to being around real people. And once she warms to society, her bubble would be better than Amber for sure. You know what? That I actually agree with. That's what I say when I say she reminds me of like a quirky girl, millennial emo. Like she's not that bad personality wise. She's just a big I think more of it being that she needs social interaction is that she needs to stop being the victim. Like because she has taken accountability for things. I'll give her that. Like more so than you'd see Amber ever take, more so than you'd see fucking Foodie take, Ziamara take. So in that regard, I'd say I think that she could be better and more people would like her. She'd be less of a cow and more of just an internet figure if she took more accountability on just not... She's kind of lazy. That's like really what it is. It's the laziness. Like, and the way she kind of like treats people in response to the laziness is what I think she needs to take accountability for the most. We got Stormy Joe with the $1.99 who said stuck in an elevator with ALR and Tommy or Rosie and Remy. No. Oh my god. You know what? Y'all are about to start calling me ALR defender. It's about to get bad. Y'all are gonna start saying that I'm a Tommy defender because I'm picking ALR and Tommy, and I need to be real with you on why. Because if you are locked in that elevator with Rosie and Remy, they're just making out and making you uncomfortable the entire time. They're gonna PDA you to the point of you jumping off the elevator. Whereas like ALR and Tommy, they don't have any access to food. They're not gonna do anything. They're probably not even gonna touch each other. They don't like each other unless Amber's eating. Am I crazy? Everyone's picking the opposite Amber. Or the opposite Amber. You know what? Maybe I do have a problem today. Maybe I do have a problem today. Sammy Senso said, oh wait, you're cooking. That's right. You see what I'm saying? There's no access to food. How freaky are Tommy and Amber gonna get when they can't even eat anything? Not that freaky. We got Blood Rada with the Canadian too, said same trip. You have to drive with ALR or fly with QLR. I think I'd fly with QLR. Like, I feel like if she talked to me on the plane, I'd be slightly less annoyed than Amber. And they're, like, close in size. I don't feel like they're that different to the point that I think she'd be spilling in my seat, like, way more than Amber would be. Investigator River said, ugh, but you have to hear baby over and over and over again. That's true. And you gotta hear Tommy's like, why is Tommy like snicker like, We got Morning on Mars with the Canadian too who said, eat with Foodie Beauty's lady, or a ladle. I've read lady. I'm like, who's her lady? Foodie Beauty's ladle or use ALR's sink corner. No question, I'm eating with the ladle. As gross as that is, I want nothing to do with a sink corner that's ever been in Amber's presence. And I just think that makes the most sense. Why the fuck would I, like, first off, if I even went into Amber's bathroom, I am wearing those gloves that go up to here, like those like rubber, because if I put a hand on something that has ever had her ass cheeks between it, that's the end of my days. You will know I'm done. Also, thank you, Life with Ron with the 5 Hot Dog Gang gifted members. You're not somebody I expected to see over here, but thank you. Sammy Senso said that sink corner is a biohazard legitimately. That's what I'm saying. That sink corner could cause the next Chernobyl if not contained, okay? We don't need that outbreak. EVJ said, I wouldn't even know how to use a sink corner in the way that ALR does. I guess I've never really thought about that. How the fuck does it not poke her in the asshole? Yo, wait. How does that shit not poke her in the ass? Y'all ever, like, accidentally walked into, like, the side of your sink or, like, walked into, like, the side of your desk? It's, like, that same corner. Bro, that shit's definitely, like, hurting her. There's no way that doesn't give you hemorrhoids. I am thinking about it now. I'm like, wait, I never even fathomed it until just now. Sammy said she's got a deep crack, but it doesn't matter. If you hit it on the wrong way, you're stabbing the side of your ass cheek on the sink corner. That's gonna hurt really bad. Yeah, she's short. What does she stand on her tippy toes? I'm like trying to, okay. So I am this high. I'm 5'6". You can't even see my head in the frame. So 5'2" would be like a little bit shorter than me, like 4 inches. And like my desk height is like roughly the same height as a sink corner. If I was 4 inches shorter, I'd be like this tall. There's no way. There's no way. Like I'm trying to, even if I hit a little, like there's no way. Spoople said, Zay, show us your bathroom sink corner. How could I even do that? I don't know how I could do that. I would, honestly, because I literally just fucking cleaned my entire bathroom. It'd be the perfect time to show you. It looks so clean in there right now. Mari Starlight said her booty is perpetually itchy. That's what I'm saying. There's no way that's wiping anything in there. I feel like she's, like, thinking she's wiping. Like, she's got, like, this fantasy impression of what it is to wipe your ass, but she's never felt a clean ass a day in her life. How does she... No, because if that's how she wipes her ass, how does she clean her ass in the shower? There's no sink corner in the shower. Is she not cleaning her ass? In the shower? Because, wait. Because, like, I'll be real. I would be like, she could use one of those back scratcher things. But then you'd think that she would just use like one of those grabby hair and things to wipe her ass. But instead she's using a sink corner. So I'm like, Jessica Jingle said she for sure always has hella skid marks. Man. That's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. Jeannie said, I'm confused. Are American sinks square shaped? They're like usually... Now, there is ones that aren't, but usually the sink is, like, round in this, like, rectangular shaped thing. And the counter edges are usually, like, square like this. Like, they're slightly rounded. It's just like this. It looks just like this, like my desk does. Paul and Polly Pocket said she probably has that shower head on a hose. That's actually so funny. That's actually diabolically funny. That's actually so good. Okay. Now, another one we got on this list. If you had to wear your hair, would you rather wear it in an ALR poop bun for an entire month, or would you rather have to do the ALR up to with the half down for 6 months? And I'm talking the exact half down where you know she got the gap in the back when she turns to the side. There's no hair there. Wait, Jeannie said, so y'all actually meant the corner of the sink? I always thought it was the side. No, the actual corner. She like, here, I'll demonstrate. This paper towel, imagine it to be her washcloth. She drapes it here, and then these are her cheeks. She spreads her cheeks on the towel. From my understanding. You guys are picking the poop bun for a month? That's crazy. Werewolf Richcraft said poop buns, I ain't no shih tzu. Yo, you know what she reminds me of? I used to have this toy when I was a kid. And it was like, it had that hairdo. Yes. This is literally ALR's style icon. This right here. This is her style icon. You ever seen these? Tell me this is just not ALR coded as fuck. I mean, the jeans, not really, but they got ones not in jeans. Hold up. Let me put you on beat. Let me put you on beat. Like, you cannot tell me that this motherfucker right here is not ALR coded. I mean, granted, much skinnier. But, like, style-wise, these bitches were called teeny pupinis. I remember I begged my parents for one of these. It took me, like, 3 Christmases to get it. All right. Now, next up, we got Morning on Mars with the Canadian 2 said the sink corner is her poop scoop. It's like a litter box, you know? Werewolf Witchcraft said this is on her inspo roll. 100%. Dino said it's hideous. Fuck you. I loved my teeny pupini. As a kid, I thought they were cute. Now as an adult, kind of looking back, they are a little hideous. As a kid, though, loved the shit out of them. Honestly, though, now I'm looking back, why the fuck did I like that? It's a dog wearing jeans. They were expensive, too. They were like $50. I made my parents pay $50 for a dog wearing jeans. Why did I do that? So stupid of me. I'm like, I could have asked for much better things than a dog wearing jeans. What the fuck? Yeah, I think I wanted it because of the name. Teeny Pupini is a cute-ass name. Yeah, fuck. Yeah, you're right, Dino. Fuck. Sullivan said, my hot take is that I'd rather wipe my ass on a sink than do what Foodie does and just sit in it. Well, no, she doesn't just sit in it, because remember, there was the one stream where she sharded from the hot chocolate, and then she went inside, she took a shower. We know she did, because she did it on live stream. You could literally hear, like, the water running in the entire interaction. So we know she showers on occasion. Here and there. Dino said, that's so expensive. Look, I usually didn't ask for expensive toys as a kid. That was one of them, though. The 3 things that I remember specifically, like, being really obsessed with as a kid, that Teeny Puppini, the Littlest Pet Shops. I had so many of those. And I used to have a bunch of Zuzu pets. They were, like, these little hamsters that would, like, run on wheels and just, like, you would have, like, play sets that you would connect together, and they would just, like, run through the play sets to make different sounds. But they weren't all hamsters. That's a misconception, okay? They were called Zuzu pets because they came in all different pets. They were mostly hamsters. Misconception, though, is that they were all hamsters. I had a husky. I know. Sorry. Chris H said, I went away for a bit and all I heard was Shart and a dog in jeans. I'm crying. I want to say it was $50 back in the day. How much were Teeny Puppinis back in the day? How much were Teeny Puppy? I swore they were really expensive. How much were Teeny Puppinis? Okay, so they were around from 2007 to 2009. Apparently, they were 15 to 25 bucks. In the grand scheme of things, I swear to God, they cost more. What, like 25 bucks then is like 50 bucks now, right? I don't know. I don't know how money works back in 2008, but I can. Oh wait, yeah, wait, no. This was the recession. That is expensive. $15 to $25 in the recession? Yeah, my parents. Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, toys do cost way more now, to be very for real. Like, I remember, there was, like, a Christmas or 2 ago, I was looking at, doing, like, one of those, like, angel tree things for people. I don't know if you know what those are, but it's, like, how do I explain it? It's, like, they have them at schools sometimes, or at, like, Walmarts. You can go in, and there's, like, names of, like, kids on a tree, and you, like, take them off, and, like, you can get presents or whatever. I try to do those whenever, like, I can afford to do them, but last year, they had, like, one that was listed online, like, on a Facebook group for, like, a church or whatever, but you could look through the Amazon wish list and buy them that way. And I was like, oh, I'll just probably, like, get a couple things out here. I mean, I ended up, like, getting some stuff, but it was, like, not as much as I thought I was going to be able to do, because I gave myself, like, a budget for how much I wanted to spend on, like, kids' Christmas stuff, because it's like, I don't got a fuck ton of money like that, but it's like, I like to do little stuff here and there for the holidays, especially. But kids' toys nowadays, it's like things that would have cost you like $5 back in the day are like 20 now. It's crazy. Like, Nerf guns are like stupid expensive. Nerf guns can be upwards of like $50. Even just like basic things, like a jump rope is $10. Like, a jump rope back in the day would have been like $5. I could have went to the dollar store and got a jump rope. Those skip ball things, like, I don't know. But also, kids' toys are way different now. It's not even the same. Kids don't play with the same stuff from what I was seeing. It's like all these like electronic or like these like crazy toys. Like, they have these like animals that like hatch out of eggs now, and like it's just like all these things I see, I'm just like, it's always like something, it's like an interactive type of toy. Like, the toy moves or does whatever. The most expensive thing I ever had as a kid, I'll put you on beat. Maybe it wasn't that expensive. I swore it was. It was super sick. Oh, it was. I knew it was expensive. Okay. The most expensive toy my parents ever got me, and I am not even joking, Y'all will not understand how fucking cool this was, because this was back in like 2007, 2008. My parents didn't have it like that. They had 3 kids, and like on occasion they would get us something like really cool for Christmas. And one year I got this. This is called the Wowie Robot Panda. If you can fathom a 6-year-old me with a panda that's a robot, and he walks and he talks. You would turn him on, and he would literally, like, he would be like, when he turns off, he'd be sitting with his head down, and you turn him on, and he'd sit up on his own. He would stand up, like, he would stand up, and he could walk, and he could dance, and sing me songs. I fucking loved my panda. Y'all didn't even understand how fucking cool this thing was. Like, for 2008, it was a literal robot that would, like, walk around the house with me, and we would play around together. It was so strange, now that I'm thinking about it. But it was so cool. So freaking cool. Oh, Sammy said so. I had an iDog. Dude, those were so sick. My uncle got one. I didn't get one of those, but my uncle had one. They were really cool. But if anybody else owned this robot panda, because I never have met anybody else that had this, please let me know. Because if you know what I'm talking about, like, these things were so stupidly cool. Like, they did so much. I loved this thing. It was just, like, walk around and, like, we'd interact and it'd sing for me and we danced together and stuff. It was just so sick. Shout out Robot Panda. Now, I didn't know how much that cost back in the day. My parents back in the day, it said that it was released at $170 in 2007. $170 in 2007. Holy shit. My parents balled out that Christmas. That's wild. That was a good little throwback moment. I haven't thought about that in a long time. I'm like, where'd they get the money for that? Like, that's crazy. Yeah, that is a lot for 2007. I'm like, holy shit, I didn't know that panda was that expensive. I was balling as a kid with that little panda. I fucking love that thing. I gotta admit, like, it was one of the coolest toys I ever, like when I tried to explain it to people, like, when I was, like, I remember I was, like, explaining it in college, like, trying to tell them about it. It, like, you just can't explain it without the photo of the panda, because when I try to explain to you, he sits up on his own. You're probably like, what do you, like, he literally would stand up. He'd be sitting and he would stand up like he was a human. It was crazy. Technology. Sullivan said, my dad had lawn darts. We had to injure ourselves more creatively. Dude, I loved lawn darts as a kid. More than that, though, every, like, 6 months or so, my parents would set up this big dartboard on the back of our front door, and we'd have, like, family dart day over the weekend where we all just, like, got together and ate, like, a big spread of, like, hot dogs or something while we played darts at the front door. It was good times. Spooky Pookster said, someone get this woman her panda for Christmas. I don't think they even still exist anymore. It's very old now. It's like 20-year-old toy. Everybody deserves a panda, a robot panda for Christmas, though, you know? All right. Wait, I'm crying. That took me out. I read the Sullivan dude lets his bid until we can't see straight and then run as fast as we can. That reminded me of, like, 4th of July when we were kids. So my neighborhood used to do this thing where they would, like, set up fireworks in a spot for everybody to do it. So instead of, like, each individual person doing the fireworks at their house, everybody would just meet up at one house. Somebody would coordinate it every year, and then all the big fireworks would be done there, so there's not just, like, a bunch throughout the neighborhood. During these 4th of Julys, a lot of the kids would get bottle rockets and etc., and we'd, like, start, like, lighting them off at each other. And we used to, like, literally do that, where we would, like, somebody would close their eyes and spin around, and people would stand in a circle, and it'd be like Russian roulette with, like, a bottle rocket. It's obviously Danny with the 199 who said ALR joins the server or Foodie joins. I feel like Foodie over ALR because we could get a lot more entertainment out of Foodie than we could out of ALR. Like, ALR would just piss everybody off, whereas, like, Foodie, we could just troll the fuck out of her. Investigator River said, find you a love like Zay loved that panda and you are set for life. I gotta tell my parents I was thinking about it today. I haven't thought about that in so long. They'll be like, oh my god, I remember that panda. Because I literally used to just run around the house with it. Like, in my arms. I'd be like, me and my panda. I think I named him Pandy. That's why this whole time I've been trying to think, like, what is his name? And I'm pretty sure I named him Pandy as a kid. That's a very me as a kid thing to do. Yeah, Sammy Senso said, gotta say Foodie. ALR is a bigger liability in the Discord. No question there. Yeah, and Foodie might actually say something funny. That's another good point. Shout out Sullivan. Let me see. Did we hit all the ones I had on my list for today? I believe we did. We did hit all of the ones that I had on my list. Let me see if I can come up with any off the dome. I got one. Would you rather spend 6 months locked in the nursing home with Ziamara, or would you rather have to do a week's worth of cleaning for Quirky? Like, cleaning her apartment. So either 6 months living with Ziamara at the nursing home, or, like, deep cleaning for Quirky for a week straight. No, Logie, it's the Wowie robot panda. Cleaning for QLR? That could be a crazy task. I've seen what she makes Remy do. I don't know, y'all. Chris H said, bitch, get my stray bottle on rocks. Okay, what if I make it harder? What if I make it, you only have to stay in the nursing home with Ziamara for a month? A month with Ziamara in the nursing home, or a week of nonstop cleaning for Quirky? V Midnight said, I can't stand Zio. I'd be working for QLR. I feel like even, I don't know, man. Working for her has to be worse than even just hanging out with her. Locked me up, won't let me out. Locked up, won't let me out. Sorry, I read that in the chat. Harmonious Pretzel said, nah, I really want to clean that mess. Dude, you'd be a hero, because I could never. Also, we got Brandon 500H with the Glizzy General for 1 month who said, you gotta lift up and hold, watch a crazy or somebody hold your head for save, watch crazy, maybe surprise, but 50% go sleep because surprise. What? That one I don't get. You got to lift up and hold, watch a crazy. That one somebody translate. We all know, if you guys don't know Brandon, he uses like a it's like a, I believe it's facial tracking to be able to type. So sometimes it doesn't come out the way he intends. Usually I can translate it. This one, the first sentence has me lost. Spooky Pookster said, I'll take the lockup, would make a good story. See, you could maybe make content with Zio for a month, though. Like, you might get some good streams or videos out of it. Who knows? Paul and Polly Pocket said, I would clean and move everything to the top shelf or rearrange everything. That'd be kind of nice. I mean, I feel like here's the thing. If by living in the same nursing home as Zio, it doesn't mean that you have to be besties with her. It doesn't even really mean you have to talk to her. You're just in the same home as her. Whereas working for Quirky, you're directly, like, cleaning up her mess. You're making her life easier. So it's kind of like, which is the lesser of two evils? Sullivan said, I'm gonna throw all the dirty dishes in the pool. That's just diabolical. He's like, yeah, that and some chlorine, some bleach will fix this shit. Oh, I'm crying. Sammy said, oh, so she's not my roommate? You're just locked up. She could be your roommate, but doesn't even mean you have to talk to her. I doubt she even talks to her roommate. That's a good question. Do y'all think Xiomara talks to her roommate? I doubt it. I don't think she communicates with her, like, in the slightest, unless the roommate picks up her DoorDash on accident. That's, I'm sure, like, the one and only time she's really had a real interaction with her. Sammy said that pool is already full of food particles. Exactly. That's why they gotta have the pool, like, fancy cleaned or whatever, because it's not been working out for them, right? Which you... Excuse me. Holy shit. Let me drink something real quick. Witchy Witchcraft said when she has to. I guess that makes sense. I doubt she'd be the type to be all, like, super friendly with her roommate, regardless. Sullivan said, Beeb, did you get the packages from the P.O. box? They're in the pool. Everything's in the pool. I'm crying. That's so good. Honestly, I feel like that will be Remy one of these days when he's, like, fed up and he's on his final straw. Pretty good. So, before, I get heading off here, I did want to check out this one thing I saw. So, I've been hearing a little bit about Foodie going back, to Syria, maybe. So, I want to see... what we got in regards to that. I saw the Gulags did a video on it this morning, and let's try to review some of that before we get ending this stream today.
Older than Amber Lynn.
Oh.
What do you think my mental age? I don't know. What do you think my mental age is? Older than Amber Lynn. No, I'm not good. Well, Salah's gonna be living his family home and my home.
Oh, God. Spit it out there, Foodie. I mean, do I think her mental age is older than Amber's? Probably. I mean, we've seen Amber's doing that, like, weird shit. But what is this mental age shit? Can we stop saying that? Your mental age should be your fucking age. Your age is your age, period. Your mental age doesn't mean shit to nobody, to the law. Why do people keep bringing this shit up?
Like where I'm gonna be staying, which is still his home. Part-time husband. No, that's the thing. If I have my own space like that, I get to do what I want there. I don't have to be confined to just one wall.
Ghoulies, we have a special upload today in Ghoul World, and it comes with a special letter. D for delusional. Chantal has fully convinced herself that she is indeed going back to Syria. Now, she did leave herself a little wiggle room and said that, you know, she's subject to change her mind at any moment, so these plans could all fall through. But what's going to be clear in this upload is, as of this moment, she is definitely planning her return to Syria. And also...
So I'd just like to say, back when we were watching Foodie sit there and make up all this bullshit about how it's so unsafe for her in this apartment and that's why she wants to leave, and then showed the stream of where she literally was doing IRL the next day, does this literally not prove my point that it was all just a fucking ruse because she didn't want people to give her shit for the fact that she wanted to go back to fucking Syria? That's all this has been. It's all just been this fucking rah-rah hoop-de-da game because she didn't want to just directly say she wanted to move back to Syria. There's nothing wrong with her apartment. There's nothing wrong with where she's been living. Yes, does she experience, like, poo touching and doxing? Absolutely. And I feel bad that she experiences that. But this has just been a game of fucking hoops and ladders. What else? Because if she actually felt unsafe in the apartment, why would she have done only IRL streaming, pretty much? Or not like just streaming, but videos. She does mukbangs and IRL. That's it. She could have just sat there and did mukbangs, but no, she went on to do IRL the literal next day after complaining and making up the whole reason of why she wants to leave the apartment is because she's unsafe. Bullshitter. She just lies through her fucking teeth. Also, thank you, Shiny Espers. Milkshake's having a good time up here right now.
romanticizing her life with Salah and the beautiful memories that they are going to make together once reunited, even though they will be living separately, and he will come and visit her from time to time. Now the clips I'm going to be going over are from
EVJ, you just reminded me. You said, did I ever finish my drawing of ALR? I am almost done. I literally had packed away, though. I realized my fucking, like, colored pencils and shit. But now that I know that we're not moving until September 4th, I'm just gonna unpack them and then get it done, like, tonight, probably. So I should have it done for you guys tomorrow.
her Saturday stream over on Kick, which is titled Short Stream. And it is everything but short. This stream went on for multiple hours. And I think what's important to note is she starts off in this delirious, happy fantasy land to harsh reality check, because the Beezers really don't hold back. They are not happy with the idea of her returning to Syria. I'm going to start with her talking about why she wants to return.
If I have any hope of wanting to be with Salah anytime soon, I guess that's what I gotta do, maybe. Nature, life, and villa with pool and animals. A pool? Excuse me? Away from people. I'm being... Someone's like, don't let...
Okay, so starting off with the whole, like, if I really want to be with Salah, does Salah even want to really be with you? Why is it that you gotta put all of this effort into being with him? When have we ever seen him put effort into being with her? Does he even like her?
That man isolate you away. Oh, yes, please. A bees pad. Maybe Salah could live stream one day from the farm where you'll be living so we can see before you go. Maybe, I don't know. I think cats are adaptable, you know? Like BG is. When I got her, I know her issue now is she wasn't socialized. So she warmed up to my aunt pretty quick. Took a couple of times, and then my mom, but not my sister.
Why do I feel like, oh my god, this is a recipe for disaster? Because she was literally saying when she was talking about moving that she was going to take BG with her. Now, I've heard before that she's left pets behind in the past. I don't know if that's what's going to happen with BG, but if she's moving to another country, it's not like she's just moving states. It's not like she's moving, like, down the street. I have a feeling she's not going to take BG with her.
My sister's been here enough now. I just don't think she don't like her. I should probably have already made up my mind because, like, I gotta be out of here by a certain day. I guess, let's just say I'm going because... No, not September 1st. October. I'm not leaving September 1st. You weren't fooling anyone. Put BG under my seat, yeah. Thank God she's still young and small, you know? But she's getting to be a big girl. She's very long. Yes, he has all my old abayas and hijabs. You guys miss my old abayas? The health certificate has to be within 10 days of travel. She's already fully vaccinated and microchipped and everything, but I gotta set that up with the vet to get her also a checkup to make sure she's physically well enough to travel. If I can't bring BG, I'm not going anywhere. I've had, like, many messages and emails from people wanting to take BG. Like, complete strangers. If some of you have your heart in the right place, that's nice of you, but I would have to be absolutely, completely brain dead, like in a vegetative state, to ever consider foodie me. Yeah.
So, here's the thing. I don't know how much I believe her in this, though. Like, she's saying, okay, well, if she can't take BG, she won't go. Has that ever stopped her before? I hope she does bring BG. That's what I want, right? Because ultimately, look, even if BG, like, whatever, it's like, the cat, BG probably loves her. Like, eventually your cats grow to love you. And she shouldn't feel like she has to get ripped away from her family over her moving. Like, I feel like as a pet parent, when you have pets, you need to, like, look for apartments that are accepting of you having pets, or move to places that are accepting of you having pets, because that's part of your responsibilities now. That's, like, part of something that's a must. If you are somebody who rehomes your pets because you're moving to an apartment that doesn't allow pets, why were you looking at an apartment to begin with that doesn't allow pets?
Yeah, Chantel couldn't handle another reaction channel getting a hold of her cat, and oh, please, let's never repeat that situation ever again. But yes, as you can see, Chantel is talking about leaving Canada once again to go back to Syria. She tries to say she's just going to be a world traveler, but she's definitely setting up shop in Syria. She's planning on taking her cat with her this time. And what could possibly go wrong? But everything. Salah is in chat, and of course, they're going back and forth, and she's peppering him with all these questions about how it was when he traveled with Julia, and how this is all going to be fine, and no one should worry about anything. But of course, her chat is concerned about her traveling with an animal in her condition.
No, she'll be okay, Kay. It would be worse to rehome her. Like, she's so bonded to me. Yeah, like, no, dog, you're not blocked. Like, so for example, if, like, it's going to be, let's say, 1 day of travel, and it will be, she doesn't have to, it's not going to be like a nice vacation for her. She's going to hate it. But it's only 1 day. And then she'll have, like, a better life than an apartment, you know? Like, she'll have more excitement, and she'll have Julia. I'm going to try to condition her to travel. Oh, there's a lot of pets who... Animals can be conditioned easily, you know? It just takes...
Yeah, yes and no. Okay, so fun fact. Little Miss Milky that you see right here, she traveled across America. So when I first adopted Milkshake, I adopted her in New York City. So she came from Manhattan. We adopted her and moved her into a place in Queens. And then when we were looking to move out of Queens down to Florida, we were going to be moving on the train, and you can take pets, but it's a 2 to 3 day event. So it'd be kind of like strenuous on her. And where we were going to be moving to, we were staying with like my uncle for a little bit before we got an apartment. Like, he let us know we couldn't have cats there, but we knew it was going to be temporary, so it wasn't a big deal. So I called up one of my homies who lived in Philadelphia at the time, actually my roommate from college, and he said that he would not mind taking her at all. So he took Milkshake, and he actually took care of Milkshake for me for, I'd say, like 8 months to a year, something like that, while we were getting settled down here in Florida. And then after we got all of our stuff, I paid for Vinny to fly down with Milkshake, like on the plane together, all the way down to Florida. Now, Milkshake had obviously traveled a little bit because I had to bring her to Pennsylvania the first time, and when I did that, I took her on the train. She didn't really do too good. She doesn't do the best with traveling, but if you do have to travel with pets and you do need, like, to help, like, they don't really get conditioned to traveling, especially cats specifically. You can go to your vet and talk to them, let them know that your pet is going to be traveling, because there is sometimes shots you have to get specifically for travel. And then also let them know that, like, your pets doesn't always do the best. They can give you, like, a prescription of something that can calm your cat down. But the most important thing is, in taking, like, pills, prescriptions, whatever, certain stuff is not always okay for cats to take before flying, because it can, I guess, like, put them in, like, kind of like a cardiac arrest kind of a situation. So make sure, if you're going to be flying, you only go with whatever you consult your vet about to use to calm them down, because other things can really, like, harm them, and then you're just better off going it cold turkey. Whatever she took, I want to say it was gabapentin, could be wrong, so don't quote me on that. Whatever she took, though, literally knocked her out for like an hour and a half, and the flight was only 3 hours. So by the time she got into the car, like, we were picking him up, she was pretty good. Now, as far as going somewhere as far as Syria, the medicine that you would use to calm the cat down is not going to work that long, because by the time he got off the flight, the medicine pretty much stopped working, and she was, like, back to being crazy for the whole car ride home. So this is a whole situation, her being able to get BG over to Syria. I also think that there's specific vaccinations you might have to get, etc. She's probably better off going with, like, a pet transport service that does it all for her, which is, like, a whole nother thing. I just don't see this happening. I don't see BG moving to Syria with her. Like, I'm gonna be real. That's, like, so much.
Takes time. So if she's going to be traveling, I want to order ASAP all of her supplies, open up the pen, make it like her associate, and put the carrier somewhere, spray it with Feliway, get her used to that, and put the harness on her. No, Julia didn't need quarantine. And Salah's meeting me at the airport, and I think it'll be fine. Yeah, you can train for travel. I did it with my dogs, teach them how to like the carrier. Exactly. I think they'll get along. They don't have to love each other. They have to tolerate each other.
They don't have to love each other. They just have to tolerate each other. No, Chantel isn't talking about her relationship with Salah's family. She's talking about her two cats getting along, just to clarify. Now, as you can see, her chat is asking some pretty specific questions about how this move back to Syria is even going to work. And we move on past the pet talk into the mobility talk.
I wait till last minute for everything, unfortunately, but I just need to be a bit more mobile. Like, I was still really heavy traipsing through the airports in Kuwait and everywhere. I just gotta, quit everything bad, or at least reduce, and just... I've been working on, like, I need to think of something feasible. Babe, do you want to open your own business here? A fake Tim Hortons. How much would that cost? What can we call the fake restaurant, guys?
I feel like he's selling her a dream. Can I be real? Like, I feel like she's gonna go there, and didn't the first time she go there, things went, like, terribly, and he, like, tried to put all these, like, strict rules on her? I mean, did she forget that the country's, like, super strict and she hated being there the first time? I'm just, like, I feel like, considering she's considering going back to Syria, I need to look into the Foodie Beauty Syria arc this week. How do you guys feel about that? Should I do that? Because, I mean, I've heard bits and pieces. I've seen clips here and there, but I've never seen the full, like, experience of the trip. Would you guys be interested in me hitting that this week? Let me know in the comment. If you're Replay Gang, make sure you let me know in the comments. And let me know now in the chat as well. And we'll see about hitting that this week.
You can start a business for like 6K there. It's crazy. Tim Gorlton's. How about a Subway? Babe, a Subway instead of Subway. Teardrop came up with that. BG Horton. No, I'll lose my healthcare if I'm staying there more than 6 months. I mean, if I'm not in Canada for 6 months out of the year, I have to... But that's the only thing I have to forfeit. I can keep my driver's license and stuff because I'm not going to be moving somewhere permanently. I'm just traveling around for now. You have no motivation? I don't know. We'll see, Ginger. Subway is smart genius. I think they need puts in there. They don't have. Beauty Nation, and when I laughed and pointed out, no one else seemed to find it as funny. Beauty Nation. I would find that funny. You gotta come back. You can't lose the healthcare. You can always get it back when you come back and just reestablish yourself. But I can, yeah. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, 3 to 4 days a week. Depends, and it depends. Like, we're gonna be traveling around too, you know, so... Well, yeah, we're married, chimp pimp. Just watch. I'll be so much healthier. You know, inshallah. Burger King. Big garden. A big garden, yeah.
Why did she say, I'll be so much healthier, just watch? Why can't you just do that now? Why is it like everything in your life is always you moving to another country isn't what's going to make you healthier. It's you making the active changes in your life to be healthier. Why is it always never her fault? I can't. Paul and Polly Pocket said, yeah, you need to understand the don't talk to me stream. It's crazy. She wants to go back after that. That's the one I've seen bits and pieces of. So yeah, I think we'll look into that this week if you guys are interested, probably on like Wednesday or Thursday. I might have something for tomorrow. If not, then maybe we'll hit it tomorrow. I just gotta see what's going on.
Everyone has gardens there. There's no P.O. box there. I know. No credit cards, no bank cards work there. There's no ATM. Remember we saw a dusty-ass old ATM from the pre-war times?
I was occasionally looking at the chat as this live stream was going on, and it was overall pretty supportive of Chantal, but it was definitely clear that some of the Beezers were starting to have some strong concerns, especially because how she got back to Canada was through the Beezers after pleading with them that she needed to get out of Syria. And if you remember the Syria arc, it was pretty apparent Chantal was miserable that entire time.
That's all I know.
Not really. I'll be with you guys. My family is sad, but they accept it because they know how I am. They know my heart. They had a feeling. Like when I...
So you begged for these people for money for you to leave that country, and now you're like, I'm gonna go back. Like, how insulting to all of them. That's so crazy.
I moved here, they're like, you're not gonna stay here, but it's nice to have you back. Little house on the minefield. Oh my god. I'm releasing anything negative in my heart about anybody. Seriously. Oh wow, Charlie says I'm fat and stupid. Oh no. You know, that's fine. You can think I'm fat and stupid. I probably am to some degree. But me, I don't like having a heavy, ugly heart for people. Like, I just want peace and, you know, I got a message for the haters. Stop messaging me not to welcome.
Wait, that's actually really funny. I need to show you guys something because I didn't even know that she said that in this. And it's funny because I literally saw this, last night on my subscriptions feed. Oh, she deleted it! Shady bitch. So last night, I swear to God, you're gonna have to trust me on this, okay? We've all seen it before. Foodie Beauty, onto her community posts, posted a picture of French fried girl's face and like was like shitting on her and like was going off about her and like talking about how she like killed a cat or whatever. So this is the same foodie, though, that just sat there and is like, I don't want drama, I want peace. I swear to God, though, that was last night. It was literally up last night, and I woke up and now it's gone. I should have screenshotted it. I don't know why I didn't.
Chantal back here in Syria, not your business buddies. Yes. Oh, they still message? Everything will be set up for me and my comfort needs as possible in Syria before I go. When I went there last time, Salah was new there too. He was learning the ways. Our first apartment was just awful, man. But it was still kind of fun, like... That town had KFG. That was fun. It's been a year since I've seen Salah. Like, to look at him in person again is going to be just, like... Honestly, I just want to cry, like, just thinking about it. A lot of people might leave, because I'm not the same fun Chantal anymore, you know? 3 months with multiple breakdowns. I know, but it's going to be different. Like, my vision is just, you know... I just hope you will be healthy more before and after you come here. I hope so too, hon. I will work hard, but... Especially after, like, it'll be a life of, like... Because where I'm going to be supposedly going, there's definitely no, like, order. Like, Salah would have to bring me crispy chicken and fries, and maybe once in a while, but overall, like, I'm going to be cooking. I'm going to try to plant some of my own food. It's more physical.
The parts that I just don't understand in all of this is why do you have to move to Syria to make these changes? You're literally cooking at home, but you're right now, like, how many videos have we seen of her cooking and she just actively cooks shitty foods? It's like, the problem isn't you cooking. The problem is that you make the wrong choice every time. Like, you just pick the shitty stuff to eat. What? Like, what's going to change about you being in Syria when the problem isn't the country you're in, it's your own actions?
Demanding just everyday life, and, you know, it's not as comfortable as here, and I think that I need to literally, like...
So the other day, Chantel talked about how when she was with her mother, she couldn't even physically walk around the mall, but now we're going to believe she's going to be a farmer? And she has a little over a month to get herself into farmer shape, whatever that means, to be able to do these things. It feels reckless to just blindly support such a big decision, but I guess, you know, Chantel's going to do what she's going to do at the end of the day.
Exactly.
This is just really setting herself up for disaster. More so than the disaster the last few years have been for her.
I've been there before. I know what to expect now. But it won't be the same because things were chaotic. Because Salah was held up and, you know, building a life there. It's not, his house was in shambles. Like, the people that were living there, that they were renting it to, it needed a lot done. And Salah has done a lot with it over the year, like the year that he's been there. And when I was there, like, it was not ready. And it was, you know, I had to go to Qatar for that week so that they could prepare it properly. No, I'll make sure that I bring the cats wake and bake one way or another. If I have...
So you're just gonna, like, trust in the fact that in a year this place went from being in shambles to the point that you couldn't even live there to now it's cool, it's fine. Like, it's crazy. That's like... Why are you sacrificing living in Canada to go live in Syria for less freedoms than you have currently, knowing you hated it there the first time? What has changed? I just don't get it.
Have to travel to a land border, like a connecting country with the cats or something, I would do it. I don't know if there's 911. Let me see. Is there 911 in Syria? Okay, so if you want 112 for police, 110 for ambulance, and fire is 113. Julia flew from Kuwait to Syria. It depends on the airlines. 911 is the gentleman with the AKs at the end of the block. I'm sure it works. You just go out and scream. Your search history is gonna get flagged. Oh yeah. I feel proud of Salah because, like, he's never said anything bad about Kuwait or anything. I'm not going to say anything bad about Kuwait, but, like, in Kuwait, unless you can never become a citizen or a permanent resident, which in my opinion would make you feel like you aren't part of somewhere, you know? So I don't know is there anything else you need? Sweet love. Shisha. No, I'm just kidding. No shisha. Can I have shisha? No. Okay, how much is a rooster, hun? So for him to, whenever he was returning to Syria, I'm sure he was a bit nervous because it's like a whole new life and stuff. And it was emotional for a lot of people that were returning to their country. Like, when I was traveling to Syria, people were just going back to shisha machine. Can I have a slush machine? Would you ever adopt a Syrian baby? I don't know if
She's already making those healthy choices, y'all. Asking for a slushy machine. Also, is anybody really asking if she would ever adopt a child? Do you think Foodie Beauty is mother material? That's crazy to say.
Adoption is a really big thing there, but a rooster is only $20. Best $20 we're ever gonna get. Chicken Slaughter Vlog 2, The Reckoning.
Okay, I must have completely blocked this all out, but I have vague memories. Did Chantel buy a chicken and have it slaughtered on camera? I feel like that's real, but I'm really hoping I'm wrong. But I don't think I am. All right.
Oh my god.
Let's just move away from that subject. As you can see, Chantel is pretty excited about her new life in Syria, but she's definitely getting a reality check, and things start to amp up when people in her chat start kind of going at her about things. Specifically, in the clip we're about to go over, the fact that, you know, she raised money to go back to Canada, and now she's leaving again.
Am I going to refund the people? No, I can't really afford to, so thanks.
Am I going to refund the people? No, I can't really afford to, so thanks. It feels like it's similar to, like, doing, like, goals where you just scam people. It's like you told people you needed this money for X, Y, and Z, and now you're just going back. It does come off like a scam. It does come off like you manipulated these people for their money, and I feel like you owe them something.
I got to spend a year here, but I'm also not asking for any more help because, I mean, at the time I didn't think I would ever change my mind about being there, you know? Did you hear about Rosie being gifted a new Viking? That's nice, though. That's nice of someone to buy her a stove. Everybody needs supporters. I have people like that in my corner people who've donated to get me home and that. And other people who, well, you know, my big gifters and stuff. I think if people donate to me, it should just be for out of the kindness of your heart and for whatever, just because you want to support me, and know that it could go towards anything I'm doing in my life. That's how it should be looked at, because I'm very not consistent with, I change my mind a lot. I was happy,
At least she self-admitted it. She's not consistent and she changes her mind a lot. Very true. Oh, okay, but and Kaida said the chicken thing never happened.
At first. Like, I had happy times there, yes. They weren't all bad. It was a bit of a shock, but things are better now. Like, he's more established, he's more confident there, he's more established there. It's just different. Very different. Him prioritizing his family over me. Yeah, but that's selfish. Like, I have to realize that he has a big family, and they're very important to him, and he has responsibilities to his family. That's it. And then we'll get along, we'll be fine. At least if I have my own place, there's not going to be people coming to show up to, you know, just ring in the doorbell and all that stuff. Now, mind you, there will be a rooster waking me up every morning, but
don't know that.
it was a pent up of frustration and anger not having privacy.
That's crazy to just assume.
Maybe it would benefit her if she went back and watched her live streams from the last time she was in Syria. Also, I just realized that my dog may or may not have been running around my room with his little tambourine stuffed toy making noise with the little bells on it. So if you hear bells in the background, that's why. And it's too cute for me to take it away from him. I'm not.
Don't. Oh my god. I don't know if Rin showed anybody her new dog. It's so cute.
Hearing anything in my playback, but
So
just
cute.
in case.
I do have a lot of support from Salah, like, even though he's not here in person. And I have support from my family. Like, they're going to help me. They're going to come and help me. And, you know, I'm going to see them quite a bit before I go. And they're going to, like, hold some stuff for me. It's me okay. She just wants me to do what makes me happy.
She just knows you're not going to listen, and you've been breaking her heart with this whole situation. You really have. She has to have the reality that you may not come back this time from Syria, and that's due to your own health, which is very scary. And I know you're scared, but I don't think fleeing to another country is going to help your problems. It's never helped before. And this is what, the third go around at it?
Yeah, if her health is really that bad and she's considering the fact she might not ever come back from Syria, then maybe that should be the sign to not go, because I don't think you're going to go out there and get better healthcare and receive better healthcare than what you are currently in Canada, so...
I'm not going to say the exact day that I leave, but, like, very beginning of October. I don't think it's the final move, no, because I'm not moving there permanently. The things that didn't make me happy in Syria back then are not going to be a factor right now. Are not going to be a factor again.
How do you know that, though? That's so stupid. Oh, because now there's electricity.
Yeah, you're banned now, Carefree.
That doesn't make the place not in shambles.
To goes a little something like this. 1 minute you wanted to stay in Canada. You never wanted to go back to Syria. Now you're all about Syria. And as far as people butting into your life, you sure liked what I had to say when I was handing you my money. Yikes.
Damn.
Sorry, I didn't know giving me money. I don't even remember, like, how much. I don't know. I think that she gave a few really big super chats. I appreciate that, but that doesn't give you a pass to dictate what I do with my life. Like, what?
She's not dictating what you do with her life. You led her to believe that you needed that money that she donated to you because you were scared to be in Syria. You then, after leaving, said you loved being in Canada, like you never wanted to go back to Syria, and now all of a sudden it's you want to go back to Syria. I think she's reasonable for questioning what the fuck is happening, especially when it feels like she's been taken advantage of by somebody she supported.
Okay, I don't even know why I have to say this, but if you think that giving me money and gives you a place to, like, make decisions in my life, like a parasocial POA, no, just don't give me any then, you know? I don't know what to say. Yeah. Throwing in Chantal's face all the money they donated, like, it gives them the right to tell her how to live her life. Yeah. Like, at the same time, I understand, like, people who really wanted me to come home and were concerned for me and help me out. I get that, and I appreciate that, you know? And I'm not, like, I don't know. At the time, I didn't foresee that I would ever change my mind. Like, ever. You know what I mean?
Yo, can I also just say, that's, like, a stupid concept. Like, I hate the entire, like, well, donators can't tell me. Like, I'm not sitting here saying, okay, you guys can tell me how to run my life. But if you guys are donating for something specific and then I don't do that thing or I go back on doing that thing, you should hold me accountable. That's so stupid. Like, what? People weren't just giving you the money to give you the money. I don't like this, like, very greedy, entitled mentality where it's like, oh, well, the money would just be there regardless. No, they were donating for something specific. You wouldn't have got that money if you didn't create some fucking sob story. So now you're trying to act like, oh, well, I don't owe these people shit. Yeah, you do. You owe them the fact you even left Syria to begin with. You owe them The fact that you were safe for all this fucking time, happy in fucking Canada. Yeah, you do fucking owe them. That's so dumb. The same way I sit here all the time and I'm like, yes, I do owe you guys a lot for being able to be a YouTuber, to be able to have this job. If it wasn't for you guys who support me, I wouldn't be able to do this every day. It's crazy. I hate that mentality.
I hated it last time, but it was different. I didn't hate the whole experience. It wasn't the whole experience. Salah has multiple houses and cars. Yeah, I only like really asked for help because I needed it then, you know? But obviously I'm still not rich.
Oh, Salah probably told her for as much as she's paying in rent that she could have a farm over in Syria. Despite whatever she says, I am sure whatever Foodie is doing, she is paying the bill for all of it. Which actually means it's the Beezers who will be paying for it. And as you can see, she's losing a lot of goodwill with them because they're not happy about this Syria choice. To wrap it all up, she's going to start talking about her relationship with Salah some more, and I don't know, things get weird and she contradicts herself plenty.
No sister wives. There's none. And I'm never going to be a second wife. If I ever, like, I would have to be completely changed. I would have to change my mind completely about it. It would be like the only way I would ever be able to be a mom. Because whenever a husband, there's a woman that I've watched a few times on TikTok. She's like, I'm only ashes or something like that. She is a woman from Tennessee. And she goes live on TikTok, and she left her life in Tennessee. She left her children. She had 2 kids there, but they want nothing to do with her because of her life change, and there's like problems there. So she left her life there to move to Syria, but to be with her husband, who already had a wife and 6 kids. So she's the second mom. So the kids are always around her being like, mom, mom. And the husband will spend like, they live in a Syria refugee camp though. They don't even have like their own home, but they live like, the second wife lives like right beside them. So she will get her husband part-time, you know? But, yeah, stepmom, I meant like I'm gonna be like her other mom. I didn't mean like...
What? Is food, like, wait, so how do you go from saying, yeah, I wouldn't really do that, to like, I'd have to change my whole mindset about it. I'd have to go about, like, what? This whole thing is crazy. It's just like, yeah, you might be his first wife, but that doesn't mean he's not gonna have a second.
Salah's child.
Yeah, Foodie made a comment the other day about Salah's niece, and, you know, there's always been speculation that that's his actual daughter. Well, she was like, I'm in my stepmom era when she was hinting that she was going back to Syria. So naturally, people started talking about how, oh my god, she confirmed that that's Salah's daughter. Well, Salah finally paid attention to people talking about it today and was like, what the fuck? So Foodie's backtracking and trying to make it seem like it's the chat that's coming up with all this shit and not the fact that she was the one spouting off. Salah even makes this comment about, like, how could I be her father? I wasn't even in the country when she was born, and you can't have a baby unless you're married. And so, of course, people in the chat were like, that's not exactly how that works, Salah.
Yeah,
like,
right.
If Salah had kids, I would tell you guys. Like, I don't know why I wouldn't. There's nothing wrong with
Unless
that. Like, some
kids
people, they get remarried, or they get married and the people already have children. Imagine leaving your children for kids that aren't even yours. Yeah, she gets that criticism a lot. Who am I to judge, you know? Yeah, she left her kids. She wanted her kids to move with her, but they didn't want to. And they disowned her because of her becoming Muslim and all this other stuff. I don't know the whole story, actually. It's, like, pinned in her channel.
So just talking out your ass?
Yeah.
I think what's clear in this live stream is Chantal thought her chat was going to be more supportive about her returning to Syria than they actually turned out to be. Yes, most of it was positive, but some people really made some strong points and opinions about how this was messed up and she shouldn't be doing this. And, you know, Chantal is the master of her own life. She gets to make her own decisions. But
True.
The problem and what chat has been saying to her is the fact that every time she hits a problem, she runs to the chat to bail her out.
Yeah.
And, you know, that Syria arc the last time was very traumatic. She was having us think that she was going to get taken out by his family. Remember when he went camping for those few days and she went through all the food and she was worried she was going to starve? She was complaining about him holding her debit card over her head. I mean, this is all traumatizing stuff.
Yeah, I
do think, however,
that.
the most scary part about this whole live stream was her willingness to give up her health care right now, because that's the last thing she needs to be giving up.
Yes!
I guess we'll see how this all plays out.
Bro!
In my last upload, which I did like a little quick check-in with.
Dude, thank you for saying it. Honestly, shout out to Rin for this video. She's so great at putting together these like little clipped up compilations. I'm always very appreciative of it. But perfectly put, the fact that you're willing to give up your health care, you're willing to give up, you're gonna sit there and say, oh, well, I don't want to live in this apartment anymore because I feel unsafe, but you're willing to move to Syria, a country that's literally like still seeking refuge. Like, the country's fucked. They're in shambles, okay? Like, what do you need to go over there and add to the mix, to be very real? And you want to get another cat stuck over there? Because if you're saying this is not a permanent move, but you literally say that you couldn't get Julie back from Syria, then why would you even attempt to bring BG over there? This whole thing is just a whole mess. I truly think that Foodie doesn't really know what she wants to do. She's just acting on a whim. The fact that she's saying she could be moving as soon as October is actually crazy. But I definitely will be checking out what's to come with whatever's going on there. We'll be checking out some of the OG Syria and Kuwait trips this week. It seems like you guys are definitely wanting me to check that out, but I don't get her headspace right now. I don't get how she's gonna sit there entitled as well and say, oh, well, I don't owe any of you shit, knowing you damn well took their fucking money to go back home, and is sitting and now saying, oh, well, all the problems of why I left to begin with are gone. You don't know that for a fact. You haven't even visited there once since you left. So how can you promise and tell everybody that all those problems are gone? You haven't even been there. Crazy. Absolutely wild. Bonkers shit. But, all right. Let me get pet of the day pulled up for you guys, because we are going to be ending this stream off here in the next couple minutes. So let me grab this. Boop, boop, boop. All right. Everybody hit that drum. Oh. Hit that drum roll. Uh-oh, please. We've got our pet of the day. And today is Ozzy. This is Ozzy Ozerton Turd. He's a very rare type of Chihuahua. I don't know if you guys can see it, but Ozzy has brindle coloring. And brindle is actually the second rarest pattern for Chihuahuas. I love Ozzy Ozerton Turd. He is my Neff dog. So shout out to Psych for being the pet owner winner of the day, and shout out to her for being the most awesome owner to Mr. Ozzy Ozerton Turd. We love him so much. Alrighty, y'all. Let me get a redirect put in for you guys. Let's see who we got. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, Exile's back. All right, Exile's back home from his trip, so I'm going to get you guys sent over to his stream. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I should be back with the ALR drawing tomorrow, if not tomorrow, Wednesday, just because, like I said, my boyfriend's parents are in town, so right after this, I'm literally about to go shower and get changed and get heading over there to hang out with them. I literally haven't seen them in so many years, so it's crazy, because his siblings are, like, older now, and I'm like, oh my god, this is crazy, but it'll be a good time. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. As far as movie night and stuff go this week, I'll let you know what days those are going to be, because since we have family in town, it might be over the weekend or whatever, but I'll let you guys know. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching today's stream, and I'll see you back again tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed